We're super excited. You heard us talk about it this morning. It is the Women's College World Series, and we are lucky enough and excited to talk to Jaden Pone, who's going to be with us this morning. She played last night with Ole Miss. Hey, Jaden, how are you? There she is, a
Oh, look at
beautiful,
that. Hey.
beautiful Jaden Pone. She is a left fielder for Ole Miss softball, but she's local. So we're excited. She's from Hope Mills. We're very proud of you, Jaden. And so it's a great pleasure to have you on with us this morning. I want to tell you guys just a few highlights from Jaden. As we said, she's from Hope Mills, but she spent her first 2 years at Longwood University in Virginia, where she was the Big South Freshman of the Year in 2022. And then she went from being the Freshman of the Year to the Big South Player of the Year in 2023. And then she transferred to Ole Miss, where she's had the highest team batting average in 2024 and 2025. She's the second highest batting average in the history of the team. And that's partly why right now Ole Miss is the first team in program history to make it to the Women's College World Series. So congratulations, Jaden.
Congratulations.
Can you hear us pretty good?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
All right. So we're just excited to have you here. So tell us about this experience in the World Series, being an unseeded team. So how does it feel to be playing right now?
It feels pretty great. I feel like we've kind of been working towards this even from like the fall. Our team, we have a lot of new pieces. We brought in 3 new coaches, Coach E, Coach B, our hitting coaches, and then Coach Nancy, who's our pitching coach. And then we had only 8 returners from last year. So we had like 8 freshmen come in and then 11 transfers. So in the fall, we just knew we had a lot of new pieces to kind of work with. And I think that we just took the time to really put together the team that could make it this far. And just in this last month of May, we've really gone on a run. I think we've kind of realized that we can really compete with anybody. Just going back to the SEC tournament where we beat Missouri and then knocked out Florida and then was in a really close game with Texas that came down to 1 run. That kind of proved to us like, hey, you know, going into postseason, like we can compete with anyone and, you know, not to doubt ourselves. And I feel like that just kind of put some fire under us and gave us some confidence. And that ultimately led to us winning our Arizona regional. And we kind of just kept carrying that energy. So we carried it into Arkansas. And, you know, we had played Arkansas at the beginning of conference in March, and we had taken the series from them, but we didn't want to kind of take that series for granted and, you know, go in like, okay, you know, we beat them once, we can definitely beat them again. Like, no, we know that they're a good team, and we knew that if we kept doing what we had been doing before, that we could put up some runs and put our best foot forward, and that's what got us here. So it's been really amazing to see what this team can accomplish whenever we stick together, and we are very grateful to be here.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome.
We're grateful to have, again, unbelievable conversation with Jaden Pone, who's Ole Miss left fielder for the Ole Miss Rebels, and
Yes.
first time on the Sports Shop. So happy to have you on, Jaden. First of all, congratulations from being in the World Series. That's a big deal. I caught you guys last night. You had a tough opponent on the mound there from Texas Tech. But let's talk about that experience playing your first World Series and get prepared for tonight's game.
I think just getting prepared, you know, this is definitely like the biggest stage that you can play on. So I think the biggest thing for us, especially since that we're such a senior-led team, and for me personally, is just like, you know, taking it in, you know, like you will never get to experience anything like this ever again. So instead of making it too serious, we like to say, you know, just be in the moment and have some fun. You know, last night we saw like a really good pitcher, and you know, it didn't work out the best for us, and you know, that's just how the game goes sometimes. And really just being able to turn over into today, and we're facing a new opponent. We'll be facing Oregon tonight. So just being able to kind of have a short-term memory with that, letting that go, and just using anything that we can from last night, take it into today and kind of learn from it instead of kind of dwelling on it. that's just how our sport goes. There's good days, there's bad days, and I think that this team is more than capable of like coming back and having that short-term memory to just keep pushing. This is the hardest stage. Nobody said that it was going to be easy when we got here, so we can't just coast through here like it'll be easy. We have to put our best foot forward and play the way that we've been playing, and I think that we're unstoppable whenever we do that.
Stan, we're talking a little NCAA softball, women's softball with Ole Miss outfielder Jaden Pone, and just talking about the World Series, talking about softball, talk about the position you guys are in, especially coming up in this next game. Give us a little insight on some of the things that you and your teammates do to get yourselves up and get yourselves prepared to kind of come in with a renewed sense of energy for this game coming on this tough matchup.
Let me think about this one. I think for the games, I think the biggest thing is just kind of like everyone having each other's back. We feed off of each other's energy a lot. And I think like the past couple weekends, going into Arkansas, going into Arizona, going into these territories where we're going up against not only the other team, but their fans as well. I think that's really built a sense of like fostering that energy between each other, because we know we're not going to necessarily, of course we have our fans, but we're being completely outnumbered. And I think because of that, instead of letting that kind of take over us or take over the moment, we've just like harnessed that energy within the team. So going into these World Series games, I think that the biggest thing for us is kind of feeding off of each other, and as far as like the confidence wise, like being able to have that short-term memory, forgetting a mistake, picking each other up. I feel like that's been a big thing for us. We are pretty like close as a team, so being able to like rely on one another and pick each other up has been a like huge motivator for us, and I think that's really what's kept us motivated and able to kind of work past our mistakes and even our not so great games.
So, Jaden, I want to caveat that when you talk about having each other's back, we know you have a great village, an amazing village that constantly has your back. So just talk about the support of your family and how that's contributed to your success and your village that you have.
Well, the support of my family is like the biggest thing for me. Like, ever since I was young, like I know for a fact that I would not be where I'm at today without the support of my family, and just through every stage of my life, like I can't think of one time where they weren't there for me. And there's been so many ups and downs throughout my career, and even to now, like some people may think that everything, you've made it to college, like everything's easy sailing, but really it's the complete opposite. I've had the most like ups and downs while I've been in college and just throughout my whole journey, but they've been there every step of the way, and that's really what's kept like encouraging me and kept me going, is the support that I have from my family and just the way that they show up for me and pray for me. Like I've needed that to get to where I'm at today, and even now in the World Series, like every day it's something that really pushes me to keep going.
That's awesome. And we want to thank your Aunt Daisha for making this happen, who is definitely one of your number one fans.
Well, she has another fan on here.
Before we let you go, we talked about this earlier with the development of the new professional softball league. Is this something that, you can see yourself doing?
I think it's something that I could see myself doing. I'm trying right now to kind of focus on our season, and then, after our season concludes, whenever that is, kind of looking into that a little bit more. But I think it's definitely exciting for the sport, the way softball just continues to grow, and now seeing this professional league that is being supported and funded by so many, I think that it's going to continue to grow over the next few years. So it's definitely something I am excited about.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Outstanding.
I want also, just before we leave, and they have a couple of questions, but congratulate you, because not only is she
that's what I was gonna do.
outstanding on the field, but off the field, she's graduated summa cum laude.
Oh wow, that's to me that's
We
right up
gotta
there,
pull
close to
that
the
out.
top right there.
Yes.
though.
Outstanding.
So yeah, it was really cool just watch you play last night. Good luck tonight
Yes.
against UCLA, and I know you guys will do well. And I can kind of say I talked to her this morning, so I could be bragging about talking
Yes.
to you. So I'm
we
excited
got some
about
bragging
that.
rights this morning.
They got Oregon tonight. They got Oregon.
Oregon,
Yeah,
excuse me, that's right. Oregon, that's right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Oregon
Yeah.
tonight. So you graduated from the University of Mississippi?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Oxford.
Really?
He's from Mississippi.
He's from Laurel, Mississippi.
I'm from Laurel, Mississippi. So.
Are you a state fan?
Yeah.
And
Look how she's looking.
She's like, are you one of them? She's like, she rubbed her nose over against
Yeah.
that K-Mac.
She said, "Oh my gosh."
she said, "Oh, you a state fan? Oh wow, outstanding! Congratulations,
Yeah.
well done. So proud of you. I know your family
Yes.
back here is proud of you as well. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
And,
good job.
Can't wait to see you play at the next level.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, Jaden.
All right, Hail State.
She said, "No, let's go, Ole Miss."
Wow, that's good.
Man, that's amazing. Thank you, Jaden.
Of course,
Super
have a
proud.